Tired of financial headaches? Are late nights spent balancing books instead of building your business? You need Labora Lee Bookkeeping. We take the stress out of your finances. Labora Lee Bookkeeping offers expert solutions for all your needs: precise bookkeeping, efficient payroll, and comprehensive tax preparation. We empower small businesses with accurate financial insights, helping them make smart decisions and achieve greater profitability. Stop stressing and start succeeding. Contact Labora Lee Bookkeeping today for a free financial assessment. That's Labora Lee Bookkeeping. Get back to business.
What if the background music in your business could do more than just fill silence? What if it could actually increase sales, build customer loyalty, and define your brand? Our mission is simple: to help businesses like yours succeed by harnessing the strategic power of sound. We believe the right music can be a game changer, and we're going to prove it.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this video and on the Ambitiously the Podcast YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect the opinion of our and Ambitiously the Podcast YouTube channel. All topics are for entertainment purposes only. TVMA, viewer discretion is advised. All commentary is alleged.
Hey, hey. What's up? What's going on? What's good? Listen, welcome to the show. It is me, your girl, Labora Lee, aka Cat Lee Woo. And
you have now tuned in to Ambitiously the Podcast.
all right, thanks, Doc. I needed to know that. I wonder sometimes, but you have now tuned in. Today is the Wiretap, and I wanted to have a different conversation on this particular episode of the Wiretap. So we're gonna get into it. As you can see, the title is titled "Yes, They Are Real." Because I had a conversation. We'll get to that in a minute. Doc, I see you, baby. Hold on. I'm a blind woman. I'm trying to get my reading eyes together. All right. Trying to get my reading eyes together. But before I get into all of that, some things that need to be said. Okay. Yeah, now I'm in there. There's some things that need to be said, like during the conversation. You can do that by calling the number 443-551-5963, 443-551-5963. You can also shoot a text to the same very number. Um, or you could drop a comment. If you drop a comment or shoot me a text, I'll read it out loud. You drop a comment, it'll be on the screen. If you call in, you will be live on air. So be mindful. That's all I can tell you. Just be mindful, because that's how we get down over here. Um, Listen, there are so is by picking your way direction of contact. Now, I can give you a boost. I'm gonna give you a boost. The boost, here it is. Hit us up, contact at ambitiouslyent.com, contact at ambitiouslyent.com, or you can hit us up at ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. We answer all emails, so you won't even be lost in the sauce, baby. You won't be. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. Join the coffee community while you are over there. I will really give you a true definition of why I want you to do that in a little bit, but just do that so everybody be good. I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this. Every subscription that we can get, for sure. We need it, so give it to us. What else do I have on the agenda? What else do I have on the agenda to say? I'll get there in a minute. Make sure you check out www.ambitiously. I'm sorry, www.lorelybookkeeping. We'll get you right. Okay. Now that I've gotten all of that out the way, it's a lot to say on the wire. Excuse me. Now I'm about to bring in my partner in good. Are you ready, babe? All right. Let me bring Doc in. Hey, honey bunch.
What's up, Kat? How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm getting there. It's just the congestion for me right now that I don't like. But
Okay. As long
life
as you
is
better
life.
from yesterday. Better from yesterday.
Yeah. I'm working on it. I'm working
Okay.
on it. Um. So today, my friend, how are you first before I get started?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm relaxed. I'm chill. It's a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Sun
Okay.
setting early.
Yeah. It's fall now, baby.
Yes, yes.
It's
Leaves are turning
fall.
colors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a little
It's
bit
fall.
chillier. A little bit chillier. Now it's still hot,
Yeah.
but it's a lot chillier. So can't complain. Life is good.
I don't mind the weather right about now. I like it when it be a little warm during the day, but then it get a little chilly in the evenings.
Yeah.
I like that idea of
Yeah.
living. I think with all the extra stuff, if I could just have that, I think I'll be just fine.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's relaxing. It's relaxing. The seasons
It
change and
is.
the vibe is good.
It
The
is.
vibe is good and seasons
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so today's conversation is about something that's pretty much highly been debated, although by now we should know that it's real. But I think, well, I'll get to all that I think about it
Okay.
after we get through this situation. So today's concept, what we're talking about, which is the myth of the reality of hip hop police.
Okay. Okay.
Um, so for years, the idea of a specialized task force dedicated to monitoring the hip hop community sounded like something out of a movie. It didn't to me. It sounded real to me, Ninja. During the 1990s and 2000s, this was a very real unit within the NYPD, and its existence had a significant impact on artists, fans, and the music industry itself. Um, Definitely, the fan category of it, I could say I was there, like in the 90s to the 2000s. So I definitely would say, to me, it was very real. And then I'm gonna take it a step further and say that it was expanded upon, but it wasn't just it no longer was just based in New York, nor was it just police department, more like the federal government kind of thing. We'll get to that in a minute, though. So far, how do you feel about this conversation, Doc?
I remember hearing about the hip hop police, and there's rap lines that say it. And for as I would always assume, it was more centered around New York. Um, I don't think it had much, in the beginning at least, to do with anybody outside of the tri-state, the New York region of hip hop area. Because I can't recall hearing anything about it really down south. On the West Coast, I think the equivalent probably would have been like the gang task force, because a lot of the West Coast hip hop artists had more connections to like gang affiliation, but I don't think they necessarily called it like the hip hop police. It was more like the gang task force or the ramrod force. I forgot what they called it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they still had
mhm,
connections to gangs though.
yeah. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of what they are.
Okay.
Um, so what exactly is the hip hop task force? Let's get into it. The task force. You know how I like to be like the enterprise
Mm,
for them is the task force. Um, Simply put, it was a specialized unit within the NYPD created to with the official purpose of addressing violence and illegal activities within the rap community. They weren't just a group of officers. They were a unit dedicated to investigating the music industry, monitoring artists, and even keeping tabs on fan culture at clubs, concerts, and other gatherings. Um, so the unit's methods were extensive. They compiled of surveillance documents and intelligence reports, often working with federal agencies. Hold that note. Federal agencies like the DA and the FBI track potential criminals and build cases against them. It was a formal, organized effort to collect information and maintain a watchful eye on the rapidly growing culture and movement. Um, so that's so you know who exactly they were. Because like the reason why this is a conversation, I probably should have started with that. Why this is a conversation for me today is because I actually had a conversation with a group of individuals, just casual conversation. And there were a few younger people in the room, and there were a few people from my generation in the room. And I'm like, you don't know unless you were there. I mean, like, not you didn't have to be there, but you had to be growing up during those times to know that this is the real thing. And then I'm also like, if you look at a lot of the events that are happening now, they still exist. They're just not based in New York, and they're not called a task force. They're dressed up as something different now. But if you look at it, now they are down there. You feel me? Now they are on the West Coast. Now they are everywhere. So that's something to think about. And no, well, damn, no, okay. So let's go a little bit further in depth about this. So who was behind it? That's what we're gonna talk about. The face of the operation was a former NYPD detective named Derek Parker, who earned the nickname Hip Hop Cop.
Really, hip hop op.
Yeah, that was his nickname, Hip Hop Cop Parker. Parker was the one who led the unit, building it to understand and, as he put it, intervene in the high rate of violence connected to the music industry. But it wasn't just a one man show. The task force actively shared information with those federal agencies who we mentioned, the DEA, the FBI, U.S. Marshals, creating a network of intelligence gathering focused on hip hop. Again, it's like slavery by another name. You feel me? They still here. They just don't have the the title of task force anymore. More now it's just like and then you see a lot more of like the DEA or the FBI in whatever region you're in being more involved in it than anything. Um and I'm tie this all in a minute because it's very important. But why was it formed? Um so let's get into it. The formation of the hip hop police um wasn't a random decision. Its primary motivations were twofold. First, and perhaps most stated, was the goal of addressing violence. Now, I'm gonna get into that. Um, they were there were real documented violent crimes occurring within the hip hop scene, and the unit was formed to prevent and investigate them. Second, it aimed to track and prosecute major criminals like narcotic kingpins and weapons traffickers who were often connected to the hip hop industry. The unit supporters argued it was necessary. It was a necessary tool for the public safety, targeting criminal elements that had infiltrated the music world. And that's so funny to me. And I'm gonna let you chime in. I'm gonna tell you why that's funny to me. Because it is only until hip hop came along, never did they want to investigate the criminal world and the music world. The criminal world has always been tied to the music industry
Hmm.
and Hollywood and every other industry that we have in this country.
Hmm.
But then all of a sudden, hip hop becomes real prevalent, and now they have to investigate all the crimes.
True.
Now they want to investigate all the crimes. How did you feel about that?
It, like you said, it became super prominent and everything. And I think a little bit of it was, wait, my little son and daughter are listening to this. What is going on with this? And then just it's close to the whole, the parental guidance, parental advisory stickers. If it's affecting the majority of the people in America, then they want to look into it. And some people get offended because I don't want this, that, and the other. So then it's also become where, like you said, the criminal enterprise, the criminal world is generally tied to everything in the United States. If you need startup money and you can't get it from a bank, you probably get it from some illegal activity. And that goes to Las Vegas and the casinos. That goes to, making albums, making records. That goes to the music. I mean, the movie industry, just like you said, that, all right, cool. Let's start looking into this. You know what? This is kind of easy, low hanging fruit because we're assuming, and assumption is the bad part, that they probably are getting money from somewhere. Where's that money coming
Hmm.
from? And we hear the stories about rappers that made it. I mean, like Jay-Z comes to mind, and other people that came to mind where they initially their demo, their originally first cut record or album was funded by somebody who probably had street connections. But then it's
Mhm.
like, well, let's keep an eye on them to see what they're really doing. And on the
Right.
flip side, it also allows them to say we're being hard on crime, but the crime is just being one. It was kind of like the war on drugs, but that crime wasn't affecting generally nobody other than the population that was listening to the same music. But when other people like, oh, I don't want little whoever listening to it, let's look in. And then when you look in, you lift up that rock, you see all kinds of interesting stuff going on. And I think for them, it just made it super easy to say, we know they probably have guns. We simple shit. We know they probably have marijuana.
Right.
Let's
Right.
just watch it. And it's easy to make a movement, an arrest, or just insinuate somebody's doing a horrible crime, even though kind of in this sense it was a kind of a victimless crime. They're doing it for a recreational purpose, and it might be their vibe, their aura from Snoop to Jay Z to
Right.
whoever else. But
Right. So let's get into this. How did it operate? So this is where things get particularly interesting. The methods used by the task force were highly specific to the culture they were monitoring. One of their most controversial tactics was lyric analysis. The NYPD would use platforms like YouTube to analyze hip hop lyrics, attempting to draw connections between suspects and gang related crimes. That's why I said it didn't go anywhere because it's still like that was an argument that's always been arguing like it's not fair that they use the lyrics from songs to prosecute people. That's been an ongoing argument. So beyond just the music, the unit engaged in consistent surveillance and monitoring. Officers would attend events, collect information, and work to build cases against individuals. This includes closely examining the entourages of major hip hop stars, believing that these groups are often where criminal activity would be being conducted. And like you said, it you named a few of them, and they were watching heavy. I also, in my mind, have the belief that just knowing what I know about them and the things that I know, um, when people say that they believe that Puff
Mhm,
was talking or having conversations, that's why he got like away with a lot of stuff. One could believe that
mhm. That's true.
because of all the stuff he was getting away with. Um, among a few others, not just him. I'm just using him as an example, but I've heard that before. And how do you get tied in with these people? That's how. While they doing all the surveillance and checking you out, and you get in trouble for one thing, now you gotta go sit down and talk. Yeah, yeah. All right. So let's. This is the last piece, and then we'll have some more discussion about this. Um, the legacy. So while the hip hop police may not seem may have seemed like a myth to many on the outside, again, generational divides will have them believing that it wasn't real, but it was. It was very real and influential operation. I couldn't get that off. There was a normal effort that collected vast amounts of intelligence on various artists and figures within the hip hop community. Its existence and methods have long been a source of debate, raising questions about surveillance, profiling, and relationships between law enforcement and cultural expression. Um, and that's where like it. That's where I stop. But yeah, um, all of this stemmed, like I said, from a conversation that I had with other individuals, and I'm like, it was real. Like, go look at old Prodigy interviews.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that he would lie to you about the things that he experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Um, look at the different court cases and stuff. Lil Kim went to prison because she wasn't trying to snitch. Remember that whole
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
um Foxy and them, and then
And
Capone and
C's trying to
Noriega
be
and them
involved.
showed, yeah, everybody got involved or whatever. And C's,
Mm-hmm.
I heard
Mm-hmm.
some things about C's, but Kim wound up going to prison for a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. She did a little stint, a little small one, but long enough that she probably shouldn't have been in there anyway. Um, how do you think all of that? How did you think they knew that kind of stuff? That stuff was going down
Yeah,
because they had been
it's
freaking,
surveillance.
yeah. And to this day, I don't care what you do or do not want to believe. I'm just encourage you to be mindful that they still exist. They're just not called the task force anymore. They just spread it out. And on top of that, the reason why we got on this subject matter is because now here in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to introduce the entertainment police.
The entertainment police,
Yeah,
same wolf
because
eye, different
actually,
thing.
believe it or not, a lot of films get filmed here in Baltimore. A lot of films that you don't even think, like, dang, um, Enemy of the State, that was filmed here. It's a lot of films that get filmed here. Now, the entertainment aspect of it, like shows and concerts and stuff like that, are starting to pick up. Um, and be a little bit more, and then the one area that used to be a popular hub, because we once upon a time we did have that title of being a place where you go to be entertained. You would come and see a show. You would come to see a Red Fox. The Royal was popping. It's Pennsylvania Avenue. That used to be the entertainment hub. Like everybody performed there. Billie Holidays, all of your greats. Well, they have renewed the area and they're getting that together, so that's a thing. And then on top of that, all of the entertainment with sports and the casinos and all of that thing, like yeah, it's getting thick on the entertainment part of it. So now they're calling it the entertainment police, and I think they're gonna take a page out of their book.
It would make sense.
I think they are. But yeah, things are changing here in Baltimore a little bit, and so that's where the conversation led to this conversation that we're having tonight. Because they were real, and I don't think people. Oh shucks, Casey recording the next mix right now. But I don't think people understood or understand right now how real that was.
Mhm. the the one part that I think is kind of interesting is if they don't understand how real it was back then, there's still things that are going on now about just certain rappers being a surveillance, like the newer generation, such as Young Thug, such as Dirk.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
so technically, the case we read, the Big U situation, in a sense of, is very much still connected to that because it's still
Right.
they being watched. They have connections to the music industry, let alone the hip hop industry, and
Mhm.
they've been watching them. And goes from down south to Midwest Chicago to out west, and then
Mhm.
well, no, like even in the New York area, Casanova. I'm trying to think of the other people,
Mhm.
but yeah, not
Tax
Fabio.
Stone, he had
Tax,
some
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
They Tax Stone had some Casanova. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
the one battle rapper, Surf or Smurf. What's his name? Surf. TSU Smurf.
yeah. I don't know who he is, but yeah,
But
they
yeah, that's
still
all.
around.
Yeah, and like you said, in Baltimore, you're saying that they're going up with the entertainment police. It's the same technical thing. It's just under a different name now. It's just the same thing. And the other
right?
part too about this is like the because you would think somewhere in your mind, like, oh, y'all should recognize when it's this one person that doesn't look like they belong in the culture. The sad part is that sometimes somebody that looks like belonging in the culture is an informant to the quote unquote task force behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because in
Because
my
it's a
mind,
lot of questionable things, and like you try to figure out if they was doing this type of stuff, even with a Snoop, even with a Jay-Z. You feel me?
yeah,
Not saying that they are, but one could see how one would gather that assumption
hmm
because, like, you shot somebody, you stabbed somebody, you feel me? You know how you out here shooting the club up, then running from the club, trying to get the bodyguard to take the blame for the shit. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's true. It's true. The one case that I'm thinking of now, I just had to look up the name because I couldn't remember who it was. But the whole Ti with the gun stuff, the fact that they found out that Alpha Mega was a rapper in his crew, he was an informant,
see what I'm
and
saying?
that's on record because they released that part of Ti's sentences. So
See what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it's not hard for one to believe that you are an informant, especially when making major moves still and unscathed. Yeah.
yeah. Like
So,
well, my grandma would say, when you're making major moves and you're unscathed, somebody looked at you and said, "You got too big for your britches."
uh-huh.
So, and that goes along to Mr. Combs in the sense of because hey, and one, you probably made
Yeah.
somebody else mad, and it's all type of
Uh-huh.
you always got to. Well, at least I think that if the hip hop police are still as aggressive as they are, they probably want to wait and see. But then when somebody else says, "Yo, they pissed me off too. Can y'all do something about this?" And they're like, "Well, we gotta do something about it then." And then they got to make their move,
Right.
or they decide to make their
Right.
move. And
Right. And that's how I go. And especially, like I said, when he sued that company, when he took that to court, that's where it went haywire at. He got too big for his britches.
yeah,
They paid for
I just,
Cassie to get her a lawyer, a
hmm
good one. That was going to win. But then he settled out like, nah, they going to win. Um, Probably orchestrated by them doing that. They opened the door, the floodgates for a whole bunch of other cases to come out. Located, they opened the floodgate gate with that. Then went to the other people in charge. Yeah, we got a problem with this guy. We need to teach him a lesson. It's easy to do that. Obviously, we just read freaking what Desiree was over there doing. You feel me? And she wasn't even doing it on that level. She just was fucking with her daughter. But obviously, when there's money involved, millions and billions of dollars and trillions of dollars involved, they got some power. Listen, you got to teach this guy a lesson. Let's take him for all he got, throw him in the slammer for some bullshit ass charges. Um, you feel me? And that should clean his act up, get his act together. You feel me? But I don't know, y'all. So this is my dissertation that I gave today on what that is, and why I say they still are here. They're just not called the hip hop task force anymore. They're not that anymore. Now they just inserted it within these factions.
so my
And
question
it,
is,
so, oh, go ahead.
the individuals that you were talking to, in their mind, this is completely a made up thing, and you have no that there's no way that happened. Were they really on that side of the fence?
Well, some it was multiple, so not everybody was saying the same things. There was a few that agree with me, but they came from our era, so they kind of was like there. Few younger ones who was like, "Nah, I don't believe that," but I'm like, why are we arguing about whether or not they should be able to use lyrics to prosecute somebody? Where did you think that came from?
Yeah, there's numerous cases about that.
Yeah, so it was a mixture in the room. Some was like leaning towards what I was saying, some going the opposite way. But I'm like, how else would what other way would be a better way than to me to discuss this on this podcast?
I would disagree.
And like when I do it this way, it's not 10, 10 people in the room trying to all get their point across.
Mhm.
I could just bring you facts and what it was and why it's real.
Yeah.
Um, and give you names of who the players were
Hmm.
that were involved in this whole situation in the first place. Now I don't know who's involved right now. I didn't research that far, but I could tell you who the players were then and how it came to be and how long it lasted within that um faction and let you know that it's still here today. And I don't know. I feel like I'm doing you a service.
Yeah, they should take heed. They should listen. But be aware and look around and see if there's anything that looks similar to what you were telling them, because there are things that are still similar going on to what you're telling them. I mean,
All
that's a
right.
simple thing. I even give you a shot in the dark and say something kind of funny. You want my
What?
hot take on this?
Go ahead. You what?
My hot take on this.
All right, go
What
ahead.
if what if your favorite rapper, RB Drake Graham, is somewhat somehow connected to this? Ah, look at that face. Ah!
He is.
And that
You
just
know
me
how
thinking.
look, you know how nah, I'm glad you said that because you know how you said something earlier too, but I kind of because I had to keep it moving to the content, but um when we said that they be having people in place so they could get their intel,
Mhm.
that is one of them. The industry plan.
I wouldn't put it past it. I wouldn't put it past it. I'm just saying.
The industry plan is there to get the intel too, because what how else?
Yeah.
Like
If
they get
I'm
invited to the parties now and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
It's some incentive there.
yeah.
Why not?
If
Why wouldn't he be involved in that?
if
I
you
believe
have this wide broadband connection, because what I'm Mr. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, that means you interact with a bunch of different regions of hip hop connected to certain things. You're the biggest star, so everybody kind of wants you to, hey, give me a track, give me your flow, boom. So you have a lot of access to a lot of things. You may have been able to see
right,
a lot of things,
right.
and then there's
So
no telling who you went
I
back and
w- I
told.
wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised if he happened to
I'm
be
just
one
saying,
of the informants.
this is alleged, y'all. This is alleged.
I
I'm just
mean, we just
shooting in the dark.
yeah, just shooting shit. Listen, but I wouldn't be surprised. Not one bit. Not one bit.
Look,
Um,
I want to give you a hypothetical too, real quick.
but,
What if when Diddy punched him, he was like, "Yo, get out my face! You fucking up in my investigation." Think about that one.
oh, and he was like, "Bitch, you on my turf."
Informants fucking up each other's investigations. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out now. I'm just making up.
That's funny. Bitch, you on my turf. Whole time they got us thinking this because of 0 to 100.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
they was having an informant fight.
An informant
Wow.
fight. Let me snitch first. I gotta snitch first.
You want my turf. You feel me?
I'm just saying.
They
I just
like, we gotta spend this. All right, we'll just say it was over the song 0 to 100. Um, but it really was turf wars.
yeah, yeah.
Switchblades almost came out.
You know what's scary about this? I can go on with this theory in a certain way too, because I'm like, there's been a falling out with that rapper and a lot of the West Coast rappers, and then he lost. I mean, this goes back to like the game and stuff too. So it's kind of interesting. It's like, what did they find out that nobody else knew yet? And all of a sudden, that's why his connection to the West Coast is completely fractured. Think
Right.
about this. Think about this. I don't know. I'm just shooting in the dark, but kind of interesting.
Yeah. So, moral of the story is they ain't gone nowhere, y'all. They still here, and they still here playing Puppet Master.
Mm.
And
Puppet
don't
Master.
think for 2 seconds that if they get one, that's why this whole conversation with Thug and them is going down about Gunna wanna being a snitch. Then we got all of Thug's surveillance conversations
Mm-hmm.
exposed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just everywhere. But look, how we get the surveillance footage from when Diddy beat up Cassie in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
They had that. You feel me?
Yeah, the way it dropped.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just out of the blue, you like, oh, you can get away scot free. You thought you paid to have this disappear. You have connections because there was a statement in the lawsuit that says I own. It was either I run or own the police. That's kind of a weird
Right,
thing to say if your whole thing is bad boy, and then all the stuff falls out the bottom. The other shoe drops, and then boom, and then you made a set of a bunch of factors. And then in the other story, it's like, oh, that's why you can't mess with them the same way. They actually had some type of coalition. They put the one person in front based upon what you said, and that was more on the hip hop side. But then Kendrick can come out and start going hard. There's nobody on the West Coast that could save you because just
right.
like people talk, I think the West Coast really did talk to each other. Like, yo, did we really fuck with this dude for real? And they
Nah,
made it came to a consensus and said, nah, we don't.
right.
So all your
Nah,
stuff is broken over there. And I,
right.
I think if you even listen to the way Kendrick kind of did it, he took the shot and said, "You fucking with ATL heavy." But then it's like all of a sudden all that stuff pops off with all that stuff. It could be so much stuff that is theory and alleged, but the hip hop police are still there. They're still lurking.
And
They're
they
still
playing
watching.
Puppet Master.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's a theory, but I'm just saying.
Listen, I like this conversation we had today
Okay.
because people need to know, and I need people to open their eyes to a lot of things. I think that's the problem that I have overall. Is like people want to walk around blindly and
Ignorance
not
is
pay
bliss.
attention to detail. Pay
Ignorance is
attention to
bliss.
the details. Pay attention to the details. If you pay attention to the details, a lot of shit that maybe perhaps did not make sense to you before will make sense to you now if you pay attention to the details. You know, what Doc usually say, I be on my dot dot dot. I
Dot
pay
dot dot
attention to the
sometimes makes
details.
sense. Just saying.
Like, listen, pay attention to the details. You just don't understand. It is time, man. Pay attention to the damn details. I wanted to make sure I ain't miss anybody real quick. But pay attention to the damn details. Stop being a dumbass and just believing whatever they say. Cause it don't make sense. But pay attention, y'all. I wanted to make sure before I did this that I didn't miss anybody because sometimes, child, I get here and things done changed. I don't mind the change, but I like to stay current, up to date, and I don't want to give no love and miss somebody because I'm not current and up to date. Let me see real quick, just real quick, real quick. Give me a second. All right, I can get that off the screen real quick. Okay. I think we good. All right. I don't want to miss nobody. It is time for me to show some love, though. I love anybody who is watching from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, anybody who comes back and catches the replay. You guys are amazing. I see y'all too. Um, just anybody watching, period. Like, I love you guys so much. You guys are extraordinary. And I definitely want to make sure that you guys get the love first. But this love I'm about to give, this is not for you guys. This love is for our listening audience. Because they are our biggest audience to date. And only reason why I kept this thing going, even after the pandemic little craziness quarantine was over, is because y'all gave me inspiration to keep doing it, and y'all keep giving me inspiration every episode of this podcast. So this is the love notes. Still waiting on trying to figure out my little song. It has to be close to the love boat, though. But this is the love notes. This is my way of sending love. This is my love letters to our listening audience because they hold it down like how they do. And I love them. Oh, I needed to be like the love notes. I needed to sound like that. We ain't get there yet, but we gonna figure it out. We are. I need it popping. Hold on, let me make sure I got the right list on here. We need it popping. I need them love notes. I need the song just as smooth. Not I can't sing, so I don't want my voice. I need a smooth, sultry tempo, and it should give me Love Boat vibes. But anyway, it's time for the love notes, man. It is time for the love notes. I'm telling you, I really wanted to sound not identical to that, but something similar.
No, that's funny.
Something in that arena. Anyway, it is now time for I had to make sure I was where I needed to be because dang nabbit, I want that song. Anyway, the love notes. How did it get? We come up with the name, the love notes. Well, I used to call it love. Doc used to call it show notes. I wasn't calling it that. We bickered. We went back and forth. And show notes, love. Show notes, love. Show notes, love. Finally, we came to the compromise. Came to the compromise because what we realized is there's no love without compromise. So now we call it the love notes, and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so it is time for the love notes. It is. Let's get into it. welcome if you're a first timer. Just thank you. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you for coming and downloading this podcast. You guys are exceptional. Exceptional. Let's get down to what Doc has said because I know you got some stuff to say today. Doc said, "Top flight, catch the vibes. Them boys in the black and whites. Woo! Them wee-woos. They got a problem with the sound. They call it hip-hop police. They trying to shut us down. Dang, nabbit. Get back up there. We wasn't done. Dang, all right, they try to shut us down, but this ain't just music. This is our voice. This is our art. So you can't censor me. You can't tear my world apart. DOC. Sorry.
That's actually me, but no, they messing up my whole hip hop world. I am being honest and real though,
Yeah.
and I use your thing about being censored. So
Yeah, because I hate censorship. Fuck them man and censorship. They always trying to make us not say something. Who are you that you get to tell me what I get to say out my own mouth? Who?
that's a tight line to walk, but I understand what you mean.
No, you don't get to tell me nothing. I'm still disgusted with him, but I'm gonna quote his words. You can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me a
Oh,
motherfucking thing.
I got it
Yeah,
made.
yeah. Excuse me, were you saying something?
Uh-uh.
You can't tell me nothing.
Ha
Them was the
ha,
old days.
Jeezy laugh. Ha ha. That's
Yeah,
my
that,
yeah.
that was the good old days of Kanye. I don't know what's going on now, but them days is good. And I felt that with my soul. I did. I used to be my fake Mike. Yeah, I felt that with my soul. I don't know what happened, but that Kanye I love. Um Doc said, "We worldwide know your history. Dot dot dot. The past connects you to the future. Open your eyes. Amen. 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 Yes, I definitely listen. It's a little bit early. I'm gonna have to do it twice. But I'm gonna have to do it. Listen, my name is Cat Lee Wu, and I approve this message. I do for sure. I definitely do. Damn it. Gotta do it twice tonight. Cause I'm about to say the next message that I approve. Yeah, Bling. Um, Doc has said hit that like button. Tune in, live show, radio show, get the app. Again, my name is Catley Wu. And I definitely fucking approve this fucking message. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my bad. I was going off a little bit on a tangent. I disapproved the message so much. I got happy. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. And Doc said, "Amen." Listen, it is what it is. So, whew, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Thanks for the extra bling. You know I love it. Things I need to say real quick. Join the conversation. You could do that by calling in the numbers 443-551-5963. You can also shoot a text over on that same number. We'll read it out loud. Your call will be live on air, or you could drop a comment that will be live on air, and I also will read that out loud. It'll be on the screen. Um, Listen, y'all want to talk to us about anything, and I do mean anything at all. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com, or you can hit us up at ambitiously the podcast at gmail.com, ambitiously the podcast at gmail.com. We answer them all. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. And while you over there, join our coffee community so we can have salacious, titillating, taboo conversations. Also, I don't like censorship, as Doc just told you. So I can say shit, fuck, and all the cuss words I want to say whenever the fuck I want to say them. But join the community. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest real quick. Real quick. I need to get it out. I need to vent and let y'all know that I cuss like a sailor. I do. It is what it is. Can get. We appreciate those. We love you. So keep up the good work if you already doing it. But support, support, support. Let me see. Check out our other website, www.laboraleebookkeeping.com, www.laboraleebookkeeping.com. And also big love, much love to our residential DJ Brucasey. He's amazing. He holds it down. I told y'all while we were talking, he just shot me the text to tell me that he was recording the mix right now. Stop playing with Brucasey. He be on a job. He be on a job. So we always gonna show him love and the utmost respect over here. Let us know how you feel about these mixes too. We would like to know. We would. Absolutely, we would like to know. Um, not too much on my DJ though. Not too much on him. Be respectful. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Ah, oh, another bling. Yay! Oh, sorry. Oh, I got excited about the blings. Y'all know I love the blings. Um, okay. So now it's time for the things that I really should be saying because they are most important, which is mind your business. Everybody's business is not your business. It's not. Everybody's business is not your business. Except for many of my days where I tell everybody's business because I'm nosy and I be wanting y'all to be nosy with me. It's fine. Just be nosy with me. But mind your business. Tapping, I try not to tap people's business, but it happens. Sometimes it's warranted, but never intentional. Yeah, warranted though. The wiretap. I'm definitely telling business on the wiretap. Today's business was how we came up with this idea of the hip hop police. It's not in our imagination. So I snitched on the dude who started the shit in the first fucking place. Yeah, I did. Cause what the fuck? You was just bored at work and you was getting bored with the donuts and coffee. So you was just like, you know what I'll do today? I'll go target these rappers. You feel me? But anyway. But yeah, if you have a court case, we get back to court cases next week. I just wanted to have a little segue conversation before that. But if you have a court case, you're foul, depraved, sinister, disgusting, stupid, asshole, dickhead, fucking diabolical bitch. Sorry. My bad. Just heinous, disgusting. I don't know, Doc. Keep going. Take it away.
You could be wicked. You could be perverted. You could be menacing. Uh, you said malicious. You could be just a dark person sometimes. That's sometimes for enough people just enough. And my favorite one is insidious.
Yeah. You any of those things, you got a court case, it's high profile enough for me to catch wind of it and want to read it and pull it and all that good stuff. Trust me, it will be pulled, it will be read because we don't play with your kind over here. We expose y'all, you little bitches. Um, my bad, I'm sorry. Wet and Wired, more our business for the most part, because we like I'm telling other people's business all the time. I feel like it's only right to tell somebody business. Um, I feel like it's only right. Um, Cattails coming soon. Just shut up. Don't say anything. Won't nobody know it's you because I changed everybody's names. Um, if you call me though, or you say anything to me on social media, you know you shouldn't be talking to me. Yeah, bitch, I'm exposing you. I don't give a fuck. I changed your name. Nobody knew it was you. So you really shouldn't have nothing to say. Only thing that you gotta say is I remember that happened, but shut the fuck up. And what you said, Doc,
A hit dog will holler.
they will, because they little bitches. Um, holla, bitch. Anyway, love your babies, hug your babies, adore your babies, encourage your babies, and always let them babies know that they are the GOAT, the greatest of all times. Oh, that was right on time. I'm sorry, I'm over here rubbing my eye. The greatest of all times. They need that love and encouragement, and it is your job as a parent to give that to them. It's your job. Do your job, bitch. Yeah, everybody getting bitch today. Do your job. It's your fucking job. Nobody should have to tell you this anyway, but just in case you need me to tell you, show them baby some love. If they want to work for NASA, tell them the best astronaut, engineer, receptionist, janitor, secretary, whatever the hell else they do over there at NASA. I don't know. What I do know is you need to get yourself a telescope, a good one, not the kind that you look through your neighbor's windows with you perv, the good kind. Okay? Comes with some lenses, some scopes, some beams, even comes with an app if you got one like mine. High nat y'all still waiting. But it requires a little bit of assembly, but not much. Take it outside, set it up, discover some shit. Maybe an asteroid, a meteor, a comet. I hope all of these are going past you, not coming towards you. I tell you other stuff. You're like, I don't wish no harm on y'all. Well, kind of, sort of don't wish no harm on y'all. Maybe a planet that's not a planet anymore, but fuck y'all, it's always a planet in my opinion. You make me build a solar system and label it as one of the planets. It's a planet, bitch. Fuck you. Um, Again, I tell y'all every night, this message is not necessarily for you, but perhaps the beings that might beam you up or down. I don't know which way it is. But this message is for them and not for you. Hello, beings. I just want you to know that I do not want to go unless you have a planet that's way better than this motherfucker. Then give me the sign up sheet and I'm all aboard. But other than that, I don't want to go. But I do remember I do have a neighbor who's ready for the plucking. You come get our ass. ASAP, come get her ass. Beam her up or down. I don't care what direction. Just take the bitch. Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That wasn't nice. But I'm just saying I don't want to go.
I'm gonna stand
That's
on the side
all
of
I'm
Michael's
saying.
side.
Huh?
I'm gonna stand on the side of Michael's side.
Wait, move your mic. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I said I'm gonna stand on the side of Michael's side.
Mama say, Mama say, Mama say. Listen. If they want to work for NASCAR, I'm telling you, that's NASCAR driver, pit boss, pit crew member, commentator, engineer, because they got those too. Um, I don't know. I've never worked for NASCAR, but what I do know is that they have a need for speed. And at one point in time, but the muscle car was king, and in my opinion, it'll always be king. Listen, when they said put the pedal to the metal, they was talking about those cars, not this fiberglass bullshit of the day. They was talking about those cars. Yeah, where petrol was real. Um, anyway, sorry. Just thought about taking a walk tomorrow. Maybe hopefully it won't rain again so I can get my little smile on. Um, but yeah, whatever it is that they want to do, encourage the babies to do it and be great at it. Otherwise, you're a piece of shit parent. Just had to think about that just now. Like, otherwise, what the fuck are you doing? Piece of shit. Anyway, it is now time for. I did all that cussing just before I was about to tell y'all that it is now time for your fair warning.
I can say
The following moments may contain explicit language.
Well, obviously it is. It just did right before the warning. It's obviously going to contain explicit language. Obviously. So I'll say this: stay the fuck in your lane. Don't get in my lane. Stay the fuck in yours. Yours is over there. Mine is over here. Stay the fuck over there. I don't want you in my lane. You jump in my lane, you're gonna get something that you do not want. And I can promise you, boo, You don't want her. You don't break the glass, don't push the button, or else you're gonna get hurt. And it's not my fault at that point. I can't even stop her. Just you on your own. Yeah, you're very much on your own at that point. What am I gonna do? My hands are tied. My hands are tied. You don't want her. You want her. She's nice, sweet, kind, and cuddly. She is. And listen, when you get her, you get a 2-for-1 special. Hold on. I gotta get this right. You get a 2-for-1 special, boo. Hey, you big purr, bitches. Hey, you big purr. Because the cat is purring. Cat is a happy, happy, happy fucking girl. You don't want the first one. You want the latter two. And plus, what usually happens when you jump into other people's lanes is a collision. I don't need that for me. I don't need that for Doc. I don't need that for you. We don't need that for we. So just stay the fuck in your lane. Everything's cool. Everything. I do mean everything. Cool. Cool beans. I'm cool and collected. But if you choose not to stay in your lane, or you're deliberating in your mind whether or not you should stay in your lane, it's not a good idea. What you should do is pick and choose your battles wisely. Because every battle is not a battle for you to fight, babes. It's not. Some battles you just gotta be like, you know what, you won, you got that. And if you lose the battle, don't be a sour puss boots, a petty boots, sour puss ass nigga. Don't be them. Take it like a G. Because bad enough you took it like a pussy, but then on top of that you lied. You said you studied rap battles for a living. I can't tell. I can't fucking tell. Because if you did, then you would know that Mobb Deep said that there's a war going on outside and that no man is safe from it. They said that you could run, but you can't high five in these streets that we done took, damn it. They said Patty Boots, Baby Caligula, Little Boots, aka Drake, that you are walking, which you are right now, crazy work, right? Crazy work. They don't know that they knew that they was prophets or not, but they said you walking with your head down, scared to look. You shook. Cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Scared. Mama say, Mama sama Michael stop. Mama say, Mama sama Michael stop. I'm even throwing namaste in there real quick. Listen, fuck the battle. Worry about the war. The battle's not so much important. The war is. Let the fight another day. Okay? Okay. Even if and just be you. Be originally you. Be amazingly you. Be authentically you. Be genuinely you, but be you. Even if they say they hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, and the way that you dress, two of them things, don't worry about them. Be a weird dresser, and you can't help how you walk. That's just how you walk. But the talking shit, you can stop that shit. Don't be going to court. Don't be making up fake ass accents. Don't be running your mouth behind the scenes and shit. Be a man. Say it to his face, bitch. Sorry, my bad. I'm on one today. I think I'm choosing violence. Um, but yeah, be you. Remember, what they eat don't make you shit, and what you eat don't make them shit either. It just doesn't. It doesn't. Um, you can't make people happy. Happiness starts within. It starts from within. You could use some of your happy juice to try to add to the happiness, but they not happy. They're never gonna be happy. You came in this world by yourself. You're gonna leave by yourself, even if you are a twin. Except for those special cases that I don't speak on because I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Not about that anyway. Not one thing about that. And then no matter how much you try to fix it and pretty it up and all that shit, they not gonna be satisfied. They find something else to pick about anyway. So just fuck them. You know, misery. She love a good time in some company, and I always tell that bitch, not outside the cat, not today. Get the fuck away from me. I don't want to be around your miserable ass. I can't do it. I can't. I can't. So I would recommend the same thing for you. And lastly, dream. Dream big. Dream so big that your dreams exceed the universe. They jump into another dimension. And then once you realize and visualize the dream, baby, plan and execute, because it doesn't happen without a plan and execution of said plan. That's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it. Anyway, my friend, it is Wednesday. We know what day it is.
Trash
It is
day.
a traditional day for us. We do this every week. I want to thank you for being here,
Thank you
as
for having me.
usual. Um, I think we had a very interesting conversation this evening.
Yeah, it was very fun, very enlightening. I just hope that the people that are not of our generation heed the words that we were saying, because it's something that we know about that they don't think it exists until it exists in their framework. But there's evidence, like it's still stuff going on. I'll
Right,
leave it at that. That's all I got to say
right,
about that.
right. Well, anyway, we are about to get out of here, y'all. Thank you if you tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. If you're going to tune in, thank you in advance for tuning in. We love you. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. But if you are going to get in trouble, just make sure that you have a good lawyer on retainer, because Lord knows you're going to need it, baby. Um, man, just be safe out here. We got to get up out of here. Bye, y'all. We got to go. Watch out for the hip hop cops. All right, y'all. Bye. Bye.
Oh,